on, y'all. Here we go. Kev Mac videos. This is Hen Gee, 6 in the morning, police at my door.
Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor.
My homeboy Hen Gee put me up on the track.
My homeboy Hen Gee put me up on the track.
That's how we do, you know what I'm saying? Los Angeles, from Brooklyn to LA. Proud to be a part of it, y'all.
Yeah, don't forget you one of the forefathers of hip-hop in LA, man.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I thought I was just doing a shout-out. So, yeah, I am actually one of the forefathers, you know. We hooked up with Ice-T back in the days, in the early 80s, and met him at the Veterans Auditorium in Culver City. He was doing some with Uncle Jam's Army. Me, Evil, and my boy Shaquille rolled up there. We had to find an MC because we was over there in Cudahy on the other side of town with the Latinos at with Cypress Hill. They was younger, checking us out, Mellow Man Ace and Sin Dog, watching me and Evil do our thing as the New York Spin Masters, where we met Greg Parks, actually, where he introduced us to the other side of Los Angeles, to the west side, where we met Kev Mac. You know, Crush, a couple of other cats, you know, from Slauson and Crenshaw area. And they know what's going on with that. We was one of the forefathers. We was killing the streets. Then we met Ice. He was doing his thing in his part of town. We put it together and went international with it. And they called it, the media called it gangster rap. We just called it rap. So I guess, you know, we're the forefronts of gangster rap. We took it international. So proud to be a part of that. You know?
So that was before NWA, huh?
Of course it was. You could hear that 6 in the morning. I mean, actually in Art of Rap, Dr. Dre says that. And, you know, they were doing the Wrecking Crew stuff, with all due respect, with Alonzo on the other side of town. You know, so we started with... You know,
what role did you play in that record?
Which one? 6 in the morning? I was there, you know. I said it within the lyrics, so I was there. I was part of the crew. You know, me and Evil, with Ice, there's a lot of cats that Ice grew up with in Los Angeles doing, you know, his street thing. Was in the records as well, you know.
You know, you, before Dr. Dre blew up, you know, you was one of the first people out here putting mixes out in the street.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, they know that. We came out here and it was crazy. Evil and I was doing tricks and everything. A lot of people were DJing out here. It wasn't a lot of really finesse moving on the turntables like that. They was just like rocking. You know what I'm saying? They was doing their thing. It wasn't a lot of cuts and scratches. We came out here and put the actual, it was the funk era, like Ready for the World and all that, Kraftwerk and Soul Sonic Force.
Party people.
So we came out here and threw the Mary J. Bliges and the Big Daddy Kanes and the Rakims and started rocking those in the street and mixing it with the Michael Jacksons and the other records with the M2 and with SOS Band and Soul to Soul. So we was doing a lot of that, mixing different records, and showed them that you didn't have to do it just through the hip-hop records. We showed them that you could mix the R&B records with the hip-hop. People thought that they could just mix hip-hop behind hip-hop, but we mixed it up and gave it a different blend. I think that came from our Honduras ethnicity, so we had a lot of Spanish music we grew up with, so we kind of mixed a lot of that. And in New York, we did that a lot too. Not just hip-hop, the bang beats. We throw a little bit of that soul, R&B. It's getting hot out here.
You DJ'd on K-Day at one point, didn't you?
Oh yeah. We got a plaque as the biggest teen show back in the days. It was Jammin' Gemini, Joe Cooley, Tony G, and myself, Hen Gee. We were the K-Day Mix Masters back there. We were actually the first ones. Bobcat, much respect, is the one that gave Greg Mac the name, the K-Day Mix, to name it the Mix Masters. So that came out of Greg Mac's mouth. And I told Bob that too, and Bob already knew that. So that's a little history that a lot of people ain't talking about. But yeah, we was a Mix Master.